A recent study found that pro-vaping posts on social media outnumber anti-vaping posts. And the TikTok hashtag #VapeTricks has over 280 million views. That's compared to the mere 39 million on the hashtag #StopJuuling. Here today to discuss how social media is fueling today's drug culture is Director of Community Education at Care and Treatment Centers, Christine Storm. Christine, thank you so much for being here today.
Thanks for having me, Julie.
Of course. So first, underage vaping has been called an epidemic by a number of U.S. health officials. So in your opinion, tell me, what role has social media played?
So our kids are attached to devices most of their waking hours. Sometimes it's for education, but for the most part it is for entertainment and being able to connect with their peers. So it's important for adults to be aware of the fact that they are being constantly inundated with messaging that we often are alarmed by. And there's an enormous culture that surrounds vaping. And our kids, whether it's YouTube or TikTok or some of these other things that you said, they're being inundated with this positive messaging. And our messaging as adults needs to understand what we're up against and to combat that.
And so why are young people so susceptible to this kind of messaging?
I think because it's glorifying all of this. Young people so badly want to fit in. They're drawn to risk as part of where they're at in their development. And all of this feeds into that, these tricks and the challenges that they're being faced with. Young people are very susceptible to imaging, and if they're looking at commercials or advertisements that are showing very cool, beautiful looking people, that seeps into their subconscious as well. And so that is part of what is so appealing and why we have to really understand as much as we can about the social media landscape, with also understanding as adults that they're always going to be a step ahead of us.
Sure. So how can parents talk to their kids about these issues?
I think that they need to have open-ended conversations with their kids. One of the things that parents need to be aware of is that for every one conversation we are having with them about this topic, at school, they are overhearing or engaging in 5 or 6 conversations. In the classroom, in the bathrooms at school, they are seeing kids that are vaping. They are hearing conversations going on. So this is not a once and done conversation that adults are going to have with their kids. This is an ongoing conversation. And we use teachable moments. Anytime something comes up, if you overhear them seeing a YouTube video or something where you're seeing advertisements or hearing things that are concerning to you, we have to be the voice of reason. We have the life experience that young people don't have. And instead of using lectures and, again, scare tactics with kids, we really want to have open-ended conversations to understand where are they at with this? What pressures are they experiencing? And then just kind of helping them to navigate that. So this is an ongoing conversation, and we really have to stay engaged in our young people's lives.
And what resources are available for parents as they start to have these conversations?
So 2 resources that I really think would be very helpful for parents are digital learning courses that we have through Karen. And one is on vaping and marijuana trends. So this would really help parents to understand, okay, what is the landscape of what my kid might be up against? What are these products? Why are they appealing? And how can I recognize what the paraphernalia might look like or what some signs and symptoms of use might look like? And then another course we have is Prevention Resources and Education for Parents. And that course really arms parents with information about why might teens make these decisions? What are some of the risk factors? What are some of the protective factors? How can I be a good role model? How can I start a difficult conversation with my kid? How can I manage pushback? How can I manage those questions about, well, did you ever do this, that, or the other thing when you were young? And then it also gives information about, okay, if your child is using these products, what can we do? And we also have a great cessation resource for parents who are looking for a support for their kid who is already addicted to nicotine products.
And what else should we know as we navigate this world of ever-changing social media?
I think that, we're never going to have the level of expertise probably that our kids do, but we should always have our eyes and ears open. And don't shy away from having these conversations just because you're not aware. So be mindful of the fact that every time they are attached to devices, there could be messaging that they're experiencing that is very against things that we would want them to hear. And we as parents should be mindful. We should maybe be checking their phone, taking a look at apps that they've downloaded, and really helping to protect them against themselves sometimes.
Excellent. Christine, thank you so much for sharing your insights today.
Thanks for having me.
And if you would like to learn more, you can visit Karen.org.